Hey everyone! So my buddy just got this in, Path and Light and Shadow of the Solstice. He's been talking about it for a long time, and I actually enjoy Path and Light and Shadow. I think it's a really good game and it's really fun, balanced. I would go in on this, but I didn't. I don't own the original game. But he brought it over so I can unbox it for you guys and show it, and eventually we'll play it once I get tired and bored of Vanguard or Darkest Dungeon or whatever else keeps on coming in that I keep on forgetting I ordered. So let's get started. So we have our little rule book. They didn't really add much to this. Hinterlands room, gameplay, there's relic cards. I don't remember there were relics in there. There's a player mat extension, okay. Yeah. Nice and simple. New promotion chart. I'm not exactly sure what this is. And I believe this is a single player variant here. This play works on the same rules as the original game, Invader turns. Yeah, I think this is, no, two-player side game, Invader. No, that sounds like an AI. Well, it's nice, but it doesn't really fit. We have new cards, and oh, there's replacements. I don't remember these at all. Allies. Hey, we got a tree druid generic goat guy, because that's always a thing. Yeah, plastic bags, whatever. Oh, these are neat. Okay, these are the extensions. The Rotis. I guess that's the tree people. Cool. More stuff to build. Oh, the Numerag have an actual thing now. That's neat. Oh. No, that's specifically Faraway Invaders, so I guess that's a single player campaign. Looks like that. We'll get to that. Cardboard tokens that, they're pretty decent. Not necessary, and they're not terrible. Okay, here's our little expansion that's very tiny. I was expecting it at least fold in half, but I guess it works. Huh, neat. Alrighty. So that's kind of cool. So as you can see, it's not much in here, but it could be worse. I'm surprised there's no minis in here and they just give you an insert. Overall, not too shabby. I mean, the core game is actually really good, so I don't know how much more stuff they need to add. Hopefully they didn't add too much stuff and screw it up. But let's open some of these packs. Alright, so here we have the new factions, and it's kind of weird on their upgrade. So you have their base guys that can upgrade to either the Protectors or the Sages, or the Druids, the Warriors or the Druids, both, and then they upgrade to this. That's kind of neat. My friend tells me it has something to do with the doubt mechanic now, so I'm going to have to look into that. And then we have the Warriors and Druids that can upgrade into Shepherds or Champions, and then either can upgrade into the Ancient. So, kind of neat. Give you a pretty good amount of guys. So, let's see. We got the Warriors and the Druid. They start at the Hinterlands. And those are the upgrades. And then we got the... Well, they both... Yeah, they're okay. They're the same race, I guess. No. These are the Navjorf, and this is the Anavizithium Warriors. They look the same. But maybe I'm kind of being, borderline, what's that word? Prejudice or discriminatory because they have horns. Whatever. They're goat people and tree people. So, pretty neat. I do like the fact that, again, it follows the normal light and shadow where it's like either be a builder or a warrior. And they're kind of opposites. And then it kind of just evens out weirdly. Well, no, those are parallels. That guy's the only one. But, neat. So here we have some new woodland characters. We have the woodland hunter, the woodland ranger, who becomes the woodland warden. So we have one build, 2 attack, cold, discard top card of your deck. You may gain mercy instead of cruelty. Okay. And then the ranger, action for every 6 cruelty. Okay, so I guess they're now going to be evil. You have 12 cruelty or mercy. Play the top card, look at the top card cards. Add one of those cards. Oh, that guy's pretty cool. And then we have the Riverway folk. The stereotypical pirates and, I guess, Sinbad now with a naked cat. So we have the ruffian, the scoundrel, and the conspirator. After your call, promote this card. Steal 1 from an opponent. Neat. At the end of the main phase, you may pay 1 of the card on top of your deck. That's kind of handy. And then with the Conspirator, after you play this card, you may gain 2 to move your player. Wow. Okay, that guy's really cool. Huh. So, we got a new basic upgrade path and a new character. I think it's weird that we have a woman turn into a man, turn into Aragorn. And then we have a woman turn into a man, turn into Discount Sinbad. Or, you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of that guy from the Hunger Games, the Jared Leto guy with the beard. Alright, so for the evil guys, forgot what they were called, but whatever. We have the Mountain Clan Outcast. He kind of looks like some weird Avatar thing that I remember from that terrible, terrible movie that shall not be named. But 2 build, 1 sword, which seems kind of backwards for them since I remember them always wanting to attack. And still they're inflicting ruin, so they're doing their normal thing. We got the Mountain Clan Recluse, who's a 3 build, 2 sword, but he can block now. And upgrades to the Mountain Clan Wolf, which that guy looks pretty badass. 3/3 defend, conquer, defend. After you successfully conquer, defend with this card if you have 12. Okay, it's still the 12 cruelty thing. And then on the polar opposite side, we have the Holy Church building crap. We have the Hollowed Spear, 2 build, 1 sword, which is kind of normal. On a conquer, they roll additional die. We have the Hollow Shield, which is 3 build, 2 sword, and a block. Conquer, defend, roll additional die. You may roll on yours. That's actually a pretty good ability. And then we have the Hollowed Sword, the weirdest looking paladin I've ever seen. Because paladins usually wear helms, I thought, or have maces. I don't know. I don't play D&D. But it's 4 build, 3 sword, blocks, conquer, defend, 12 mercy again. Yeah, every one of these things seems to have 12 mercy. I don't know why this guy doesn't have an ability except blocking, but I guess for the evil people, they don't really defend. So here we have the new Numerai, which I've always kind of wondered what they were, but apparently they're either dark elves or light elves or orcs or more dark elves or human mages. I don't know. So we have the Forgotten One, 2 and 2. After you promote this card, you may suffer 2 doubt to add the new card to your hand, which is really cool because, you know, everybody loves getting stuff early. This guy, the Night Dagger, has +4 build, +3 swords. Cruel. When you play this card, you may suffer 2 doubt to gain 2 sword, or Merciful. Still 2 doubt. Okay, I gotta look at this doubt mechanic. We have this Horn Snapper. He's a 4/4 and definitely just looks like an orc. Cruel, Conquer, inflict 1. Okay, that's just he's evil. Orcs are evil. This game is stereotyping. Return this card to defend. Scar pal to your hand. What? Return a card with defender. That's pretty cool. Now we have Foxclaw here, who looks like that elf from Hellboy 2. 3/3 and defend. Cruel. After you play this card, you may suffer 1 dead to inflict 2. Well, that's pretty good. And after you play this card, suffer 1 dead to add 2 defense, which is pretty good. Now we have the Black Flood. 4 and 4. Cruel action. Suffer 1 doubt to duplicate the bonus of the next relic. That's really good. Once I figure out what relics do. And then we have Merciful Action. Suffer 1 doubt to discard 1 relic and gain 2 relics. Which is, again, really good. Neat. So I'm looking forward to playing with these guys, because I love the Numerai, because they're kind of broken. So here are the relics, and they're one-time use weapons, apparently, or items. They're not worth any points, which isn't great, but I'm guessing the trade-off for how powerful they are. So we have this weapons of Anaseum. When you reveal cards during Conquer defend action, add +1 sword for each card you play. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Talisman of Navjorf. I don't know. I don't speak gibberish. During your main phase, add 1 card you promote to your hand. That can be very helpful. We have the Summoner's Horn. During your main phase, recruit 1 card from your current realm and add it to your hand. That isn't that like the same thing. The Mirror of Navjorf. During your main phase, recruit top card of your current realm deck. Promote that card. Oh yeah, that's really good. Get to promote with ignoring all costs. That's pretty good. The Helm of Navjorf. Conquer defend at the end of this action. Promote 1 card you played ignoring all costs. Okay, another one. The Altar of the Anaseum. During your main phase, discard your deck. You may call up to 2 cards without getting cruelty or mercy. I mean, that's a pretty cool ability. The Amulet of Anaseum. During your main phase, return a card from your discard pile here. Could be very handy. The Armor of Navjorf. Conquer, defend, inflict all ruin that would be inflicted this province to an adjacent province. Very cool. You can actually make it backfire. The Autumn Blade. Move. Move your leader to any province instead of an adjacent province. You may inflict one ruin on that province. Autumn Cloak. Move your leader to province instead of adjacent province. You may add one defense to that province. It may cause a province to have more than its starting defense. Handy. The Codex of Azirum and Etherzerium. During your main phase, promote a card in your hand, ignoring all costs. So a lot of free promotion cards, it looks like. The Gauntlet. When you reveal during your Conquer Defend, you roll additional die. You gain +1 for each blank you roll. Handy. Graven Bell. Conquer Defend. Reroll any number of dice. You may reroll one of your opponent's dice. Those are always fun. Heart of the Navjorf, which is just an anvil. Build. If this is the first structure you build this turn, build the rest of the structures at normal cost. That's really cool because building is always slow. So it looks like there's 14 artifacts or relics, and there's 2 copies of each. You can have multiple copies, but that's just 2. So pretty handy. They're just really neat bonuses in situational areas, but still really good, especially anything that's free. I mean, it costs a lot to build and upgrade. So, finally figured out what these were. I guess it's pretty obvious once we opened them. They are dividers, which are always nice. I don't know if they fit in the main core box yet because he didn't bring it over. But it's always nice to have little organizing things, especially make things easier since setup takes forever sometimes. And if you can't read that from the glare, that says ally. Alright, so we just read the rules and this little side fact about the relics and how it works. So this new area, or territory I guess, is going to get stacked instead of the Lego castle pieces that we all love. We get these tokens, which kind of seems like a ripoff. But, so you inflict a ruin, you draw that many, and depending on what's on it, you draw that many relic cards from the relic deck. They are random, they do not go in your main deck, and they're always in play until you use them. So, really cool. But here we have what I guess is an empty rock and a vase. But kind of neat. This island seems like a pain to get to, but that's going to be part of the gameplay learning. But I do wish this was bigger, and I kind of wish they gave you the plastic pieces because I don't know what this is for, and my buddy says it's for the main characters that came in the core box, and I was like, don't they already have an insert? So what is this? I don't know. If you know, leave it in the comments and tell me either A, I'm incompetent, or B, that, yeah, you don't know either. Or we're missing stuff, which may or may not happen. So we also have the replacement cards for the Blood Chief and the Horde Ravager. And according to this little card, these are just replacements if you have the first printing in the game. So if you get them, I guess don't add them because, you know, it script the game. Or add them and script the game. You do you. But, yeah, just in case, reiterator, these are just replacements for the first printing. If you have the second printing, you're good to go. So, here are some title cards. We can't actually find them in the rules. Maybe we're just not, or tired. It looks like there's a light and dark side to them, so depending on how you do, I guess that's what you get. But for the dark side, we have the title of the Seeker, the Wise, the Mighty, the Bold, the Builder, the Chosen, the Great, and the Revered. And let's see, what does this do? So on the dark side, lose 1, draw 3 relics, keep 1, discard the other 2. Light side, draw 2 relics, keep 1, and discard the other. Well, I obviously think it feels like being evil is better. A 1-point penalty? That doesn't seem too bad to get 3 relics. Alright, draw 3. You only get to keep 1 still, but whatever. The Wise. Lose 1. Okay, so all the evil stuff's gonna make it lose 1. Draw 2 additional cards in your starting hand. Promote 1 card in your deck, ignoring cost before you draw. Starting hand. I guess you start with these and just decide if you're gonna be good or evil. The Mighty. Inflict 3 ruin on your starting province to gain control of it. Okay. Whoops. Lose 3 to gain control of your starting province. Wait, how is that part? That seems evil. Alright. We have the Bold. Gain 2 additional cruelty. And on the light side, gain 2 additional mercy. Okay, I guess it really is good. We have the Builder here. Draw one fewer card in your starting hand to build a level 1 Helix or Hordes or Zerg structure ignoring all costs. Well, I like free stuff. Draw one fewer card in your starting hand to build one Common Folk Sigil-born structure ignoring all costs. So, pretty much the opposites. The chosen additional advisor card to your starting hand, discard one card from your starting hand. And the chosen dark side, choose a realm deck and add the top card of the deck to your starting hand, discard one card from your starting hand. We have the Great. Gain one additional cruelty and start the game with first player. You may choose any province as your starting province. Gain one additional mercy, and the player to the left starts the game as first player. Is it really that much of a bonus for one mercy? The Revered. Remove one steadfast conscript and one trusted follower from your starting deck before. I like that. Remove any 2 cards from your deck. Reveal 6 cards from the realm deck before you draw your starting hand. Recruit 2 of them. Well, that's pretty good. Okay, well that's pretty neat. So, let me check this out real quick about the Revered. Or titles. So after step 11, if playing with the title card module, deal each player 2 random cards in secret. Players simultaneously choose one to keep, determining they would like to start on the cruel or merciful side of the card and return the other to the box. If a player chooses the cruel side of their title card, they start with 1 cruelty. Unless otherwise stated. If the player chooses the merciful side, okay, so... Alright, that's just weird game mods. Kind of like Terraforming Mars with the starting corporation thing. Okay. Neat. We did notice something about these being different. So the numerai are all the same, but so here we have, starting with the Veratus, 2 Stone Groves, but then on these other 2, you have 2 Forgotten Armories. And then we have here, it's different between Immortal Effigy and Lost Foundry. So they're kind of the same, swapping out some stuff, but first player that actually does that gets to choose which board. So, kind of neat. So, in the Path of Light and Shadow Soulless Pack promo, they gave 4, and I'm guessing they're Kickstarter exclusive, more legendary numerai. So we have the Shattered Mask, which she just looks evil. But 5 build, 5 sword, defend, cruel, conquer, call, suffer 1 doubt, merciful, build and promote, suffer 1 doubt. Then we have the Pale Star, which just looks like a vampire. 4 and 4, cruel. After you play this card, your current province is considered a port in addition. Okay. And then after you play this card, you may move an opponent's leader to any port. Well, that's kind of a mean thing to do. Then we have the Fearbender, which just looks evil too. It's the Shattered Mask with the mask, it looks like. But 3 build, 3 sword, defend. Cruel, after you play this card, roll 1 die, and opponent suffers down equal to the swords rolled. Merciful, after you play this card, roll 1 die, and opponent loses glory or victory or whatever it's called for each sword roll. Then we have the Dread Binger? And my eyes are turning blurry. 3 build, 3 sword, cruel, conquer. You may choose not to recruit any cards for the rest of the turn. Handy. And then merciful, promote 1 card, recruit cost from the action, ignoring all costs. Really, really cool. Okay, I like that guy. That guy's awesome. Because promoting guys is just way too expensive in this game, as I recall. And first one there usually wins. And then here we have some advisors, which I never really go after these, because you just randomly get one, and I usually don't care. So we have the Warlord, 0 build, 2 sword, defends, conquer, defend. Double or ignore the ruin you roll. That could be handy. We have the Spirit, 1 build, 2 sword. After you play this card, look at the top card of your deck. You may discard that card and suffer 1 doubt to repeat this. That's fun. I like cycling. We have the Proxy, 2 build, 2 sword. After you play this card, choose a province and treat your current province for all. Treat it as your current province for all actions and effects for the rest of the turn. I don't know about that one. Nomad, 3 and 3. At the end of your turn, roll 1 die. If you roll any ruin, you must place this card in another player's discard pile. That's kind of hilarious. We have the Informant, 1 and 1. Action reel, top 5 cards of any realm deck. Add 1 of those cards to your hand. Shuffle the rest. Place them on the bottom of the realm deck. Remove this card from the game. I guess that's really powerful. We have the Heretic. One build, one sword. After you play this card, roll one die. If you roll any ruin, gain one relic. Well, that guy sounds fun. I don't know if you're just randomly drawing relic tokens, but that's cool. So we got 4 exclusive relics, and we did not get 2 of each, so these are kind of unique where there's only 1 of each. We have the Gift of the Ancients, which has 4 build. I think that's the first time I've seen that on a relic. Can only be used to build Numerai or Veratus structures or promote Numerai or Veratus cards. I mean, 4 build's pretty good. We have the Eye of Prothesis? Prothesis? Prophetesis. I don't know, I'm probably pronounced that way wrong. I am kind of tired. During your main phase, look at another player's hand and the top card of your deck. You may discard the top card of your deck. Gain 1 relic. I mean, getting the relic part's cool. I don't know about the rest for 1 card. Soldier's Blessing. During main phase, gain 2 cruelty or 2 mercy. You may move a player's cube to the same number on the other side of the mortality track. That's... Oh, that's way too strong. That's going to mess everyone's strategy up. Oh yeah, merciful? No, you're evil. Evil? You're merciful. Everything turns off. The Forbidden Gate. During your main phase, discard any number of cards. You draw cards equal to the number of cards you discard +1. Ooh, I like this. Then we got 2 more titles. We have the Mad for the dark side. Reveal 1 random card in your starting hand. Call that card. Gain victory equal to its strength, or whatever it is. And then on the good side, reveal 1 random card from your starting hand. Promote this card. If you reveal advisor in any way, gain 3. Well, at least you get the promoting. The Arcane for the dark side. It is a wooden shame mask. Lose 3 victory. Shuffle the top card of your upgrade deck. Numerai into your deck. That's pretty good. Lose 2. Add cards of your choice worth 2 from the upgrade deck. Bros. I guess the Veratus are good. I don't know. I kind of like the Numerai a lot. So neat. And that was in the promo pack. Next we have the normal Light and Shadow promo pack. So in our regular promo pack, we get 5 advisors. I'm not sure. My friend says they might be in the core box. Because we have the Hierophant for 2 build and 0 swords. Action, gain 2 cruelty or 2 mercy. We have the Taskmaster, 3 build, 1 sword. Action, promote a card in your hand or discard pile, reducing its promotion cost by 4. That guy is really cool. I think these are new. I would love that guy. We have the Pathbinder, +1 build, +1 sword. This card gains +1 build and +1 sword for every 4 cruelty or mercy you have. Could be really cool. The Zealot, 2 and 2. Action, inflict 2 ruin on your current province or add 2 defense to your current province. Oh, he's pretty flexible. And the Blade Dancer, 1 build, +1 sword. Conquer, discard the top card of your deck. The card gains a sword plus sword equal to the discard sword's cost. Well, that's pretty cool if you don't have good blockers. Or you need one. And then we have some more Numerai. We got 6. Yep. Shazam! I'm not exactly sure what the Numerai is supposed to be. The artwork is all over the place. So we have Ghost Cloak, +4 and 4. Cruel, this card gains Defender. Merciful, when you play this card, you may call a card from your hand or discard pile without gaining cruelty. I do like that ability. We have the Stormcaller, which just looks really goofy to me. The Defender, Cruel to Conquer, Defender cannot reroll their dice. Fun. Merciful Conqueror, you may reroll up to 2 dice. Also fun. Dice hate me, so I like any rerolls. The Tower Blade, 4 build, +4 swords, and has Defender. Cruel Conqueror, you may reroll 1 of your dice. And then Merciful on Defend. When you're defending, just automatically gains +1 sword, so it becomes 5. Then we have the Thorn's Blade, 4 build, 4 sword. Cruel, gains Defender. Seems like cruelty is defending a lot these days. And Merciful Conquer, you may treat all ruin on your dice as swords. Well, that guy's fun. The Omen Weaver. That is just some... Yeah, I don't know about the lightning art. It's weird. 5 build, 3 sword. Cruel. When you play this card, you may add 2 defense to province you control. Well, that's pretty flexible. Merciful. When you play this card, cull card from your hand or discard pile without gaining cruelty. Okay, kind of the same thing, but a better version. Then we have the Mage Lord. 5 build, 2 swords. Cruel. Action. Reveal cards from your current realm deck until you reveal Numerai. Recruit that card and add it to your hand. That's fun. And then Merciful. When you play this card, promote a card in your hand or discard pile that has a promotion cost of 3 or less. Build or sword, ignoring all costs. That's fun too. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I like these guys, and I just don't like the art. But whatever. I'm not a big fantasy guy. We got allies. So we have the Daughter of Dusk. Once per turn, you may gain 1 cruelty or 1 mercy. The Hinterland Eminence. Conquer or defend once per turn, you may pay 1. If you do, reroll any number of your dice. The Loyal Spy. After you build structure, gain... Okay, that doesn't seem spyish. Siegemonger. A man after my own heart. After beginning the end phase, inflict 1 or more ruin on any province. Because property damage is fun when you're evil. The First Crown. After you conquer a province, gain 1. The Cogsmith, who has those Harry Potter... What do they call that? Stitch-it? Widget? I don't know. It's that weird space lacrosse thing they do with brooms. Yeah, I know. Hate on me for Harry Potter. Whatever. Defend province you control. Gain +1 defense for each level 4 structure you built. Oh, that'd be cool. So, those are the new allies that I never go after because I mainly forget about them and their requirements. And I didn't say them, but you could read. Well, at least I hope you can read. Anyways, that is all the stuff for the Path of Light and Shadow Solstice expansion and promo pack for, I guess, regular Path of Light and Shadow. So eventually, like I said, when I get tired of Vanguard or Darkest Dungeon or whatever other nonsense I have coming in from Kickstarter that I forget about, stay tuned. And eventually I get to review, and one of these days I'll start doing more playthroughs when people are as shy and embarrassed. I personally don't care about being on camera, but I'm just using my phone, so I need to buy a better camera. So if you like what I'm doing, subscribe, do the YouTube thing, and appease the elder gods, and maybe one of these days I could actually, not buy this stuff with my own personal money, or be like, hey, you got something new? Let me open it in front of camera. Alright guys, take care, have fun, bye.